over time, we've been able to gather some questions, from gospel artists,
young ones,
young talent artists here, basically. So we just want to, hear your own take.
Let's play around them.
Some of this, question. And one of the first question is this: do you think that church can limit creativity due to strict rules or tradition?
If we say denominations, sometimes yes and no.
Okay.
I would say yes because I'm concerned deeply that some churches don't allow talent from other churches to come and minister in their churches.
Okay.
That's a big challenge. Because we're going to the same heaven, I don't know how that will play out.
Okay.
If we're going to the same heaven, I don't know. I don't know if, for example, those from, let's say, RCCG, will go to the same heaven with Christ Embassy or with
Winners Chapel,
Winners Chapel. The body of Christ is one. I don't know
it's
why.
It's supposed to be one.
Yes, I don't know why, but that's one big challenge. So if your friends are from Winners and you are in whatever ministry, it might be a challenge. I've even experienced sending some persons to go work somewhere, and they call me and tell me that their church might suspend them for going to that place to work. It's serious. I know what I'm talking about. This is 40 years plus in the ministry, dealing with talent. So I know that.
Aside that, for me, I think that church actually kind of like restrict, creativity in the sense that the kind of music church wants their artists or their members to perform or to sing or to write is a particular brand of gospel music.
Yes, I agree with you. But you know that church is different. The types of music different also. It differs.
Okay.
I would excuse that. Some people will tell you it's worship music, and worship seems to be Father. That's not worship.
But this brand of music that you call worship now, cut across.
But that is not even worship in the first place.
No, but the fact that most churches would prefer worship music, basically they stifle the creativity of other people that would have gone into maybe Fuji or
that's why we have different denominations.
Or this thing.
That's why we have different denominations.
Okay.
If the intention fulfills one purpose, then it's good. Ask Panam Pasipoa, Papa Panam Pasipoa. These are persons that carry him and his guitar, threw him out of church. You understand that? So some people have paid those dues, but today it's happening. It's working. It's working, but different churches have different expressions. The expressions is not really my challenge.
Okay.
Based on the questions and the issues we are dealing with young talents who are coming around to the community, the challenge is the rejection.
Okay.
Yes, some are just reggae. Some say reggae is demonic.
Yeah.
You understand that?
Yeah.
Some is hip hop. Yeah. Some say hip hop is demonic.
Yeah.
But Jesus said the end justifies the means. That is, wisdom is justified of our children. That means what I achieve with what I'm going to do will tell you who I belong to.
Okay.
You understand that? So that's one big challenge that's also facing the talent. But I will say to every talent, my opinion is, if you think you are being challenged there, leaving the church is not the most important thing. Convincing them by the act of manifestation through your gifts is tedious, but it's the best thing. Tedious, but it's the best thing. This is what I mean.
Okay.
There used to be...
Sorry, for an artist that is a reggae artist, that is in a church that they say reggae is demonic, how does that artist go about convincing the leadership of the church that, look, reggae music is holy music? Or
did he enter the church before he knew they said it's demonic, or they said it's demonic before he entered?
Anyhow, he's now in the church.
Those are two different things.
He's now in the church now.
Yes, but those are two. If he entered why they say it's demonic, that means he accepted it that it's demonic.
Okay.
But if he knew that this person reggae is demonic, I don't think he should go there.
No, for example, they gave birth to you in this church.
Yeah.
It is your parents' church. That is the church you were growing up.
But Jesus started discovering... They gave birth to Jesus in Bethlehem.
No, the reason why I'm saying this is that you are saying that you're advising them that the best way out is not for them to leave, that they should try to convince the leadership. That is why I'm actually bringing this up.
When I say yes, I agree with you in trying to convince leadership. The way of leaving immediately seems too rebellious. It's too easy, and ease creates rebellion.
Okay.
Mark my word, ease creates rebellion. If somebody talk to you, anybody who knows how to turn away from things easily can be very rebellious.
Okay.
And can also pull others to be, that is confrontational, is toxic. What I'm trying to say is, if when you get into a church and reggae is not their style, and you are worshiping, you remember our boy, JFC?
Yeah.
He used to have dreadlocks. We went to a church, one church, Assemblies of God at Surulere. I remember Surulere. And he came with the guitar to worship. When they saw the dreadlocks on his head, the man was praying against me because I was the one that took him there. He was praying against me. But when he started worshiping, the man was on his face, on the floor, worshiping. I felt I should, God forgive me, I should throw him away from the church. Later he said, my God, I would have judged this boy wrongly. There needs to be a sacrificial process where you push and convince to a point. Jesus said, when you go to a place and they refuse, he said, then you pull your shoe and dust. You get now? But the idea of just living is not, when you're already there, it tends to rebellion easily. That's what I